The expedition didn't start with a bang, but with a quiet vibration. Deep in the Appalachian Range, geologist Dr. Elias Thorne pressed his palm against an obsidian wall. He felt a hum, a pulse that shouldn't exist in dormant rock. The locals called this place Ethelgard, the mountain that breathes. For centuries, they spoke of whispering stones that seemed to move on their own. To scientists, it was an anomaly. To Elias, it was a calling. His lead researcher, Sarah, confirmed his suspicions. The frequency wasn't tectonic, it was rhythmic. As they climbed higher, the air grew thick with the smell of ozone. They found the first guardian stone, a pillar of translucent quartz etched with impossible patterns. When Sarah touched it, the hum intensified into a low, melodic drone. The ground didn't just shake, it sang. These stones weren't just rocks. They were resonators in a global, ancient network. The sleeping mountain wasn't a mountain at all. It was a machine of geological scale, built to stabilize or awaken something deep within the earth. Deep in the mountain's heart, they discovered the sanctum. It was a massive chamber filled with levitating violet stones. Here, the final secret was revealed. The civilization that built this place hadn't vanished. They had merged with the stone itself, uploading their consciousness to survive a solar cataclysm thousands of years ago. The hum Elias had been tracking was a countdown. The mountain was waking up because the atmosphere had finally reached the right chemical composition for their return. But the reawakening came at a cost. The mountain began draining power from the surrounding towns, pulling every watt of electricity from the valley. Sarah realized the terrible truth. The machine was a closed-loop system. To stabilize the planet, it might freeze the biosphere, indifferent to the life on its surface. They had to shut it down. Elias, however, saw something more. He saw the beauty of what this ancient technology had done, how it had kept the Earth's crust from cracking during that past cataclysm. He realized the mountain was waking up because another solar event was imminent. This machine wasn't a weapon. It was a shield. The mountain lurched violently, and the sky turned a bruised purple. The stones weren't whispering anymore. They were screaming. Elias was faced with an impossible choice: shut it down and doom humanity to the coming solar flares, or activate it and risk whatever the consequences might be. He looked at Sarah, then at the central resonance crystal. He knew what he had to do. With a final, resolute breath, he pressed his palm against the stone. The contact wasn't painful. It was an explosion of perspective. In a single heartbeat, Elias became the mountain. He felt its granite roots deep in the mantle and felt the whispering stones across the globe blink to life. A massive beam of light erupted from the peak, fanning out into a translucent shield that wrapped around the entire planet. The solar flares, which should have scorched the world, washed harmlessly over this ancient defense system. As the storm passed, the mountain cooled. The light dimmed. Elias stepped back from the pillar, forever changed, his eyes a deep, crystalline blue. The world was safe. Humanity had been given the keys to an ancient power, and now they were the new guardians.